Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched OUAT, and this episode was called The Bear and the Bow, and of course that's a reference to what Brave was supposed to be called before they came up with the title Brave, as you probably will know if you're Disney holics or Disney files like myself. I really loved this episode, and I enjoyed seeing the three clans for what they really were, and it took a completely different tone. Oh, hello. Hello. Hi, puppy. It's Griffin. This is Griffin, my puppy dog. Hi, buddy. It's my Airedale. Yes, he's a good boy, aren't you? Sorry, he's, I don't mind, I love him. These are my favorite types of animals, as they're so smart and loyal. Oh, Shake, good boy. Kissy. You not gonna kiss Mama? You silly dog, eh? Yeah, silly dog. But anyway, this episode was exceptional, especially in seeing Rumpelstiltskin regain his courage, and the interaction with Belle and Emma's past with Merlin, which I thought was really intriguing. That was very well done. Seeing Elphaba, I'm sorry I keep calling her that, but that's what they call her in Wicked. But seeing Elphaba back, I really enjoyed that, and the interaction between she and Emma. And I thought, what nefarious plots will those two be getting into? Because Elphaba is probably the baddest of the bad in the entire series, just out of personal preference. I loved seeing Merida again. I just adored it, and even though Macintosh is my favorite for her to be paired with, because I wrote a fanfic revolving around Macintosh and Merida, just because I feel like they're meant to be. But in this case, I thought, no, she doesn't need anybody. She can take care of herself. She's very fierce and headstrong, and all the good qualities a Scot would have. I can tell you that from experience, because I do have some Scottish background. We are definitely obstinate to a fault, and rightly so. Sorry, I had to. I mean, sometimes I'll kind of go into an accent, and I don't really mean to, because I'm American. But there'll be times I go into an Irish accent, or I'll go into a Scottish accent, a British accent. Sometimes I even go into a Polish or German accent. It's really strange, because I don't really have anybody in my family that's from those roots. They're all gone. So where am I getting this from? It must be some kind of ancestral knowledge, I think, some a priori experience that maybe I had in a past life. But anyway, I'm going off on another tangent, and I shouldn't. But Horowitz and Kitkiss, again, this was really sensational, and I absolutely adored it. I'm just going to field some questions. I was reading my comments, and I know this is probably going to make some of my watchers kind of upset, and I'm sorry to say this, but I had a comment from a reader or watcher who was suggesting that I would read another book similar to the one that I'd already read, that had a theme that was like the other book that I had read. I think it was about the family of Jesus by Karen Kingsbury, which is very good. But I really, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time, and most of the experience that I'm having right now is affiliated with Amazon. So especially with peak coming up, starting the 26th, which is Turkey Day, I will be working the 26th, and let me look at this. I'll be working the 26th, the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th. and that would be my overtime. But and I'm sorry about that. And even if I didn't have overtime, I would be very busy handling affairs in the home, taking care of my dad. And I regret to inform all of my loyal viewers of that, but these things have to be done. And of course, I'm still going to be doing my reviews on Doctor Who and Once Upon a Time, and talking about other shows I've been watching. Like, I've just recently started watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I think this season is the best yet. I have been enjoying Heroes Reborn. Of course, a lot of regular Heroes fans, well, it got really weird and it went to pot, unfortunately, as the series went, as it continued. It just kind of dissipated into tripe. But despite that, I still enjoy the series. And of course, a lot of fans at this point in time are saying, well, it's actually very tremendous, but it needs Sylar. Sylar isn't even involved. Yeah, Zachary Quinto, I think they asked him to do it, but he couldn't or something. Maybe he had another contract that he had to fulfill at the time. But I don't think he was even interested in affiliating himself with the franchise. I don't know. I haven't really read that much on it, and I don't really go to blogs, so I don't have time. I can't contribute. Even if I did, my opinion would probably be seen as very unique anyway. But I don't agree with that. I don't think it needs Sylar. I think if the series is perfectly fine without him. We've got Zach Levi, who's playing a villain, which I love, and I adore it, even though he is a villain, and I don't like seeing him in that kind of role. But as far as characters are concerned, my favorite character right now is Katana Girl. I just love her. I would love to cosplay as her. I know I probably wouldn't be able to pull it off very well because look at me, I'm not even Asian, but who cares? Yeah, she loves her father and is duty bound to rescue him from his captives. But it's interesting to see the interplay between the real world and the virtual one. It reminds me of Sword Art Online and Hack Roots or Hack Sign. Or Code Lyoko, Log Horizon, even Serial Experiments Lane. It has that kind of consistency, or even Ghost in the Shell. But it goes really into that kind of realm, and that story's been done before, but it's very interesting. And as an answer to that question that I received, I won't be able to read that book. I don't have the excess free time that I would want. But even so, I mean, I don't have the money either. I don't even know if I could find that particular book in the library, but sadly I have to decline, and I'm sorry, and I hope I didn't upset anybody or step on anybody's toes. Similar requests for watching East Indian films, which I would love to do. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore Bollywood. I just don't have free time to do so, even though I have a lot of Bollywood films on my queue, Netflix. But that's pretty much what I've been up to at this point in time. I don't know if my DVR started recording Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which I really wanted to because I'm a huge fan of Bruce Campbell, still have a crush on him. I have been loving, like I said, Heroes Reborn. I've been watching The Last Kingdom, which is very, very spectacular. It has kind of a Game of Thrones feel about it. It's real life, though. It's history. It's not based in a mythical kingdom like Westeros, which, you know, I love Game of Thrones. Anything like that is, you know, epic in scale, and just the complexity of how that works. Actually, the the succession, what really happened, even in that realm of fantasy, is true. That's what I like about it. Martin did his research, and he knows what he's speaking of. I'm not really sure what else to say other than things have been going very well. I'm doing splendidly. I've been writing a lot of different things. I've got a couple songs for a script I'm writing called Perchance to Fly. I recently finished Pioneers, as well as Starstruck. And I sent Pioneers to Starstruck to Thriller Terrain, and he has a couple of associates that are producers, so maybe I can get that through to him. I'm working on a collaboration called Violent Succession through a friend of mine in Brooklyn, New York, and I was hoping that he would actually contribute. Nothing's happened yet. Come on, get with it. So, sorry, I don't mean to call you out, but do your job. I will motivate you in ways you never thought possible. And they will be very, very, very unpleasant. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually too nice to even consider doing something like that. I'm more of a person who will motivate in a positive manner rather than one that's cringeworthy or even considered illegal. I would never do that. I'm just not the type. I'm too much of a pacifist. The other story I'm working on with Bright Star is Overcoming Insurmountable Odds. Unfortunately, it seems like her email is not coming through to my Yahoo account, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to actually ask her to cut and paste to our chats, and maybe that'll work. Got a couple other scripts that I'm going to be working on. I got one called This Is How We Roll. It's about 4 friends from different religious backgrounds, and the way that they blow off steam is they frequent different casinos, and the last casino that they go to is Starlight. Of course, we all know the Starlight in Vegas. But the rabbi gets in trouble for card counting, and crime family owns it, and it's actually connected with a lot of different crime families, like a lot of casinos really are in real life. And there's an ultimatum that is issued, and of course he chooses the answer that any one of us would, and he says, I want to live. He's banned from casino. Actually, he and his friends are banned from casinos for the rest of their lives, so they had to look for a new hobby. So they do something different with their time, and yeah, it's actually going to take on an interesting meaning at the end. They do something more constructive with their time. One of them actually suggests it. I'm not going to say what it is because it fits within the title. It doesn't deal with gambling either. It deals with one of my favorite sports of all time. Just for a little hint, and I'm not going to go into that. It's something I haven't done since high school. Let me just put it that way. Just dropping little clues. The other, no, it's not a story, but it's a script that I'm going to be reading. It's called The Hedonists. I already talked about that. Don't really know what else. Honestly, I've got other things that I've been writing, but I've been keeping myself busy as of late. And hopefully we're going to be hearing something good about our border concerning his application to this place that will help him overcome the problems that he has right now. And maybe there's a vacancy earlier than we thought. We were hoping for an interview on Veterans Day, which is Wednesday. Maybe we'll get one a little bit sooner than we anticipated, so that's all I had to report for now. So until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao tutti!